When you think of Agra, you think of one thing, the Taj Mahal. It is the undisputed peak of historic Indian architecture. It took an emperor's ransom, massive armies of skilled laborers, and 22 years of relentless work to build it. The Taj Mahal set an architectural standard driven by royal wealth and imperial command. For centuries, the assumption has been that nothing built without those massive resources could ever rival it. But just a few miles away, hidden in plain sight, another structure has been quietly rising to challenge that standard. This is the Soami Bagh Mausoleum. Standing 193 feet tall, its gold-plated pinnacle actually reaches higher than the Taj Mahal. But while the Taj took 2 decades to finish, the foundation for Soami Bagh was laid in 1904. It has been under continuous construction for well over a century. There are no government grants funding this work, and the organizers strictly refuse outside donations. Every marble block is paid for entirely by everyday followers of the faith. In 1975, when asked about the incredibly slow pace, the builders stated that the temple could take 200 years to complete, adding simply, "We are not in a hurry." What kind of community possesses the willpower to sustain a massive, self-funded construction project for over 100 years without caring about a deadline? The monument is dedicated to Param Purush Puran Dhani Soamiji Maharaj, the founder of the Radhasoami faith. When construction began in 1904, the builders sank 52 massive wells deep into the earth, filling them with brick, stone, and lime to support the incredible weight of the future structure. To build it, the community sources pure white marble from the Makrana quarries in Rajasthan. Every piece is quietly purchased by the satsangis, the devotees themselves. The labor force is deeply rooted in local history. Many of the artisans carefully shaping this stone today are direct descendants of the original carvers who worked on the Taj Mahal centuries ago. These dedicated craftsmen spend their entire lives working on this single edifice. A father may spend decades on a specific section of marble, only to have his children take up his tools to finish it. A 100-year construction timeline looks like a failure to modern project managers, but here it is a self-sustaining ecosystem that operates completely detached from the concept of deadlines. To understand why time doesn't matter here, we have to look at the theology of the faith. The third guru, Maharaj Saheb, approached their beliefs as a scientific religion. The core premise is that worldly pain occurs when our sensory currents are frantically pulled outward by physical distractions. True bliss is achieved by withdrawing from the world, pulling those currents inward and concentrating them completely on the internal spirit force. This theology directly shapes the construction site. For the builders and the followers funding them, the slow, meticulous act of carving marble is a physical exercise in spiritual concentration. Time is irrelevant because finishing the building isn't the sole objective. The act of building is itself a meditative path to salvation. The resulting architecture blends multiple styles without trying to mimic the rigid, intimidating structures of old imperial power. Instead of scenes of conquering armies, the stone is covered in deeply intricate, hand-carved depictions of native Indian flora, showcasing a natural, quiet devotion. We live in an era obsessed with instant gratification, quarterly returns, and cutting corners to hit a target date. The builders at Soami Bagh have entirely rejected that mindset. While emperors used unimaginable wealth and absolute force to build their marvels, this mausoleum shows us what a century of quiet, unwavering human devotion looks like when carved into stone.